Welcome to the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie, powered in part by Classic of Denton.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here tonight on the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie here at DentonRadio.com. And today I have Miss Cassandra Berry here with us.
Hi.
Hello, better known as how I call her. Now, this is my name for her. I call her this, Miss Songbird, because I love the way she sings, and we'll talk about that later. But who are you, Miss Cassandra? What are you up to here in Denton? What's going on?
Oh my, there's a lot going on.
Yes.
And I love it because I love Denton.
Of course. That's why we're here, right?
Yeah. And I was just telling someone earlier how I was so glad to get back after being gone for about 15 months, and so coming back has been a real thrill. But I'm Cassandra Berry.
Yes.
And I've been here basically since 1994.
Nice.
So I consider this to be home. But I was born and raised in Palestine, Texas, and currently I'm with Denton County Friends of the Family as a community educator. So I get to go out and talk to people about the realities of domestic violence and how they can help, stand for the victims of domestic violence. I'm the mother of 2 adult sons, one of which is getting married November 10th. Ooh. And so the oldest is already married. So a shout out to Damon, referred to as Juice Berry, and Chris Berry, and Kaylee, Damon's wife, and Tia, the fiance.
Got to do the shout out.
Yeah. And then I have this adorable daughter who is 7 years old.
Yes.
And her name is Atlasia, and she's just the joy of my life these days. Biologically, she's my niece.
Nice.
And so I adopted her, and so she's a great addition to the family. And you know what? She loves the things that we love, Ellie, the arts, music.
Nice.
Yeah, so we've got...
You're molding her exactly the way she needs to be molded, right? She's going to have a wonderful life.
Yeah, so... And then my mom recently moved here.
Nice.
And she lives with us, and so she's getting acclimated to Denton and seeing... Wow, I always talked about loving Denton.
Yes, definitely. And she's probably getting a first-hand look at why you're always so busy.
Right.
She'd be like, let me help you with this. I'm sure she's done that quite a few. I see her in all of your pictures, too. So I see all of them in your pictures.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah, definitely. So between the family and everything of Denton Friends of the Family, you've got a full plate, don't you?
Yeah, I do, because I like to stay active in the community, give back. Where I live, I'm not a multimillionaire, so I try to give my time and service. So I'm actively involved in my church, which is Moore Street Baptist Church, and in my job and going out and being in the community and supporting Denton and loving the opportunity to support the arts and just love. I feel like I'm saying love, but well, I do love it. It's exciting, and so it brings me joy to have the experiences that I've been able to have while being here.
Yeah, and it's definitely one of those things you talk about, saying love, 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 and I get that because there's so many things that we love about Denton. There's so many facets that we get involved with in Denton that it is very easy to find yourself wrapped up in so much because you just truly have a joy of being involved in the community. You truly have a joy in the people that you come together with to make things happen. So I can see why you're just like, okay, I know it's not cliche. You really do love what you're doing. And I know that many people here in Denton can attest to that same feeling as far as having that same emotion for Denton, the community, the involvement, and just the collaborative feeling of family here. So I know between whatever it is that you head up with Denton Friends of the Family, and you guys are busy all the time, not to mention tackling something, the awareness of domestic violence and whatnot. So I know you guys are busy. I know you guys you have your purpose in the community. So it's a full agenda for you. But you also have that other side, which is your songbird side, which is how I met you. I just so happen to have Robin from a creative arts studio on here. And she was such a pleasure to have. I just truly love her. She's so sweet.
She is.
And she had told me she was having kind of like an open house music. What do you call them? I call them the musical potlucks because that's what it's like.
Yeah, she's she's open to all forms of art, and so she has music there periodically at her place. So she has like the First Fridays where she has live music, and then the Gypsy Cats.
The Gypsy Cats
are there on the third Friday, third Wednesday of the month, and so
I happen to just walk right in there right after her show, and lo and behold, you were sitting behind me. I didn't know you were gonna sing, and when you did, oh my gosh, I was like, whoa. That's a diva. I can relate to that.
Well, thank you. I do it for the fun. I was telling Jeff in the lobby there area, we were just talking about our passion for music. I said, well, I just do it for the fun of it. And I consider it my, my go-to language, and my spirituality and my, this whole thing about having therapy and healing through the arts is because I go to a song, when I just need that boost of energy or boost of encouragement and, I just...
Musical healing.
Yeah, absolutely. And so never been one to say, oh, I'm a great singer. No, I just love to sing and enjoy music, all different type of genre, and just find it my nice go-to place.
Very cool. So how long have you been performing as far as music?
Basically all my life, because I come from a musical family. My dad, rest in peace, he was a great soloist, and he used to sing with the quartet. And so we had an opportunity to be exposed to a lot of music, growing up. And my dad was the kind of person that he would be on a program at church and down for a solo. And we learned to be prepared, because at any given time he might say, I want my family to come up and help me out. And so we're like, okay, so
you got to be ready.
Got to be ready. And growing up too, my dad and mom used to laugh, because for every sitcom slogan or song, I would sing that, and they used to laugh, because one of my favorite songs I remember now when I was taking a bath was "You Light Up My Life," and it seemed like I was singing that almost every evening, and I don't know why that was my favorite, but
that's funny you say that.
It was something that they always teased me about.
That song, when you said that, it just immediately took me back to my childhood, because that particular song, my mom would find me crying in the house anytime that song would play, and she would be like, what's the matter? And I'd be like, I don't know. Oh. And I was just a kid, and she says, you always used to cry to that song all the time. And I'm like, why, Mom? She's like, you would just cry. And it was always that song. And I love sad songs. I love sad movies. I love that. I don't know what it is about it, but I just like to feel emotion. And it's just definitely that song. Yeah. Took me right back there.
And my upbringing, I guess if I were to say some of my musical influences, as relates to gospel, was really big into Mahalia Jackson, and would just love the fullness of her voice, and then the way in which she sang, you knew that she was really really feeling it. And when not talking politics, but just making a statement, when Barack Obama was running for president, I told my mom, I said, I wonder if I'll do a demo and write him and ask him, can I be your Mahalia Jackson? And so that's one of our jokes. I was like, I really want to be Barack Obama's Mahalia Jackson, like she was to Dr. Martin Luther King. And so she was like, well, you know how your mom encourages you, and she was like, well, go ahead, honey.
You can do whatever you want. Hey, that's what moms are for. They do not see the impossible in their children. They only see the possible. Definitely. So that's, hey, but you know what? You have your little inside joke, and maybe one day you will be there. You just never know. Hey, if there's someone on the campaign for, there's nothing wrong with connecting you with them, right?
I will be your Mahalia Jackson, okay?
There you go. She said it here on Denton Radio. Yeah. You knew me back when. Definitely. Anyway, but you have been singing, and you've been, moonlighting with the Gypsy Cats over there at the Creative Arts Studio. And it has just been such a pleasure to just watch you perform. And, You know, one of my favorite songs that you perform is Ordinary Love.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of my favorites because you add your style and, you know, your vocal nuances to it. And it's just very smooth, very, very chill. And I was very impressed with you. And it's just, I mean, I know we have, like I say it all the time, we have a lot of jazz singers here. We have a lot of musicians.
Yeah.
But it's always wonderful to be able to find new people and a new voice and a new style, and it's just always fun. And you're just such a fun person. And I had the privilege. Bye, Andrea. Bye. I had to say bye. It was very nice meeting
Bye.
you. We had
See
some
you
visitors
tomorrow.
behind the fishbowl glass, so bye, Bob. But it was such a pleasure to be able to hang out with you and just sit down and get to know you. And I'm like, she's so cool.
Well,
She's so cool.
I was thinking the same. I posted a day on Facebook before coming here that I get to hang out with Allie. So
it's always a pleasure. And like I said, I'm ready to hang out with you outside of the studio anytime because we had such a great time talking and just getting to know each other. And you're just so involved in the community. And speaking of which, I do want to talk about Denton Friends of the Family because they are heavily involved in the awareness of domestic violence and the Domestic Violence Awareness Month, you know. So there's a lot of events coming up, and I know anybody that's in Denton is going to know that there's tons of stuff that y'all are involved in. You're always somewhere here in the community at one of our local businesses. There's always a presence of Denton Friends of the Family. So
yeah, we like trying new things. And so this Thursday, if you have that pampered pooch that you think is the most cutest, adorable puppy or dog you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Well, we have Dogs Against Domestic Violence, and
And-
we'll have a parade starting at I think Oak Street Draft House on Thursday at 6:30. So dress your best friend up in purple and come and join the fun.
Definitely. You guys, dogs are very, very against domestic violence because they're protectors.
Right.
And I don't mean that jokingly. They are very much your protectors.
Right.
So come support the
And,
pooches.
and the awareness of that also, we get to highlight the reality that, you know, we have relationships with some local shelters because, unfortunately, in the case of domestic violence, sometimes the pet is also the victim. And so the person may be afraid to leave or concerned about leaving if they have to leave their pet behind because of
guilt.
of-
I mean,
of
it's
what
your
may happen.
family.
Yeah, what may happen. And so this event is, you know, brings awareness to that reality that, you know, we have to provide shelter and protection sometimes to the pets of the family.
Well, I'm glad you said that because honestly, and I'll be quite honest, I had never thought about it that way. And it's a reality for a lot of people that unfortunately have to deal with that. So a lot of times when tragedy strikes, even natural disasters, they're the ones that suffer aftermath,
Right.
you know, wise. So that's really cool that you're having an event specifically for that purpose. And like I said, there are protectors and they feel all of our emotions, you know, so that's really awesome. I think that's pretty neat. So that's October the 4th, 6:30, Oak Street Draft House. And you're going to dress your little dogs in
Yes.
purple.
Yeah, we have 3 categories, which I can't recall off the top of my head. I think it's on our website. I think we have a People's Choice, maybe the most extravagant or the most purple. But anyway, it'll be fun.
It'll definitely those will make some really adorable photos. So that's going to be October 4th. Okay, so let's talk about. Now, this is something that we discussed the time I sat down with you over there at Harvest House. Healing through the arts, which is a big deal because I believe, you know, arts and music and writing has just an enormous value for healing.
Absolutely.
I know I do it when I'm feeling a certain way and I maybe want to, you know, keep stuff to myself or I don't know how to emote that yet. I turn to my art. So whatever that art form may be, whether it be painting or you know, a lot of people sing in their car or whatever they need to tap into their emotions, but also writing. So I strongly and firmly believe in healing through the arts. Tell me more about this event.
Yeah, you know, and it was so encouraging and inspiring that we connected, you know, on that level about our love for the arts. And so I conceptualized the idea of healing through the arts based on my own experience, like I said, through music. I don't paint or do photography, but if the mood hits me, I'll do a little bit of something. But really, just knowing that the arts can be a form of healing, even for persons who have been victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. And that has been substantiated through research, as well as through the responses to the call for art that we've done as a part of this. So we'll have some local artists that will have their work on exhibit during the program. Dance is real therapeutic as well. So we have the TWU and UNT dancers from the dance department. They'll be doing a piece, and one of the two is doing a really strong, powerful piece that centers around domestic violence, and
that's going to be really powerful.
And instilling early on arts into our youth, and so the youth dancers from my church will also be performing.
Nice.
One of our survivors that is a survivor. And she'll give her story, and it was through writing and poetry that she, found in her, her healing, was manifested in her, and so she'll be making that presentation. And also we have an original piece of art that Annette Lawrence, who is UNT professor of art, did for us, and she allowed people who were advocates, and or survivors to come and participate in that. So we'll unveil that.
Very nice.
And also the finale will be our first ever choir called Laurie's Joy.
Yes.
And was so excited about the debut of the choir and the debut of the original song that I'll, along with a couple other people, helped to write. And so October 11th, at 7 o'clock at the Patterson Appleton Arts Center. It's going to be a festive evening while also, bringing awareness to the realities of domestic violence. And so if you want to arrive at 6, you get an opportunity to participate in the hands-on art project that will be going on there. And, I always admire your makeup, and so have a couple of consultants that are coming in that will talk about makeup artistry and how to do that dash out the door look, or have make some fabulous eyebrows or cheeks or what have you. So that'll all
new
be
life,
included.
new outcome on life. That's very important, and a lot of people need that. So that's part of the healing process. So that's really wonderful, and I'm so excited that you guys are implementing so many of the arts to a program like this, which is going to be very impactful. And I hope that you guys continue to do more healing through the arts programs to just cultivate that and pull in some more artists to support this type of cause. So I'm really excited about that. That's October 11th, 7 p.m. at GDAC or Patterson Appleton. I always get
Patterson
Appleton
Arts Center.
We always talk about the Denton acronyms here.
Right.
It's like, oh my gosh. And then we have Access Art Alley, Local Art. Yeah, it's just, they all have to have those double letters, and they just do it on purpose so we can stumble across them like that. Okay, so what else do you have going on? I know you have...
we have our annual candlelight vigil, and it'll be here on the 18th on the square, and we will, in memory of the victims who lost their lives at the hand of their partners, will be memorialized on that evening. And so it'll be an evening. You have Twilight tunes that'll be playing, and then we'll call out the names of the victims, and then Laurie's Joy will perform that evening. And so these are all events that help to bring awareness, and then do it in a way that gives encouragement to the survivors, and helps to validate them and know that they're not alone.
Not only that, to people who may not have the courage yet to step forward,
right?
And,
to give voice to those who have been silenced.
Definitely. So another form of your art, as far as the Laurie's Choir being a part of the community, to literally be a voice for those people that have not had the courage or opportunity to step forward. And we've all been there. We all have to gain courage for many things in life. And so that's a beautiful project too. And that's October 18th, 6 p.m. on the Denton Square. And get there early, because you guys know how it is when we have the Twilight tunes on the square. The weather's going to be nice. Anytime we get any degree cooler here in Denton, we all come out. We all come out and we're fighting for parking. So we know how that is. And then last but not least on your...
Yeah, that is our conference that we're holding.
Okay.
All of the other 3 events are free, but this one does come with a registration.
Okay.
And so it's talking about, as its title, accountability through advocacy.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have a program that abusers and perpetrators can go through to it's a psychoeducational course that they can go through to, you know, do a shift in their behavior and become accountable for their actions. And so how to support that and how to help with that transition and other things like that is what's going to be covered during the conference. But check out our Facebook and our website for more details about that.
Okay, and that's October 25th, 9 a.m. at the Embassy Suites.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the flip side of it. This is the whole other end of the spectrum, and this is going to be for people who have it has been at their hand.
Yeah, and how to be, effective, as relates to intervention of a batterer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is wonderful. You guys, if y'all want to get involved in something, or if you just want to attend and come out and support a good cause, this would be a wonderful cause to come out and support, especially with such a wide variety. You got the puppies, the choir, the candlelight vigil. There's something for everyone.
Yes.
And then you got the training at the Embassy Suite. So if that is something that you want to be involved in some form or fashion, or want to see how they present their art form through the Domestic Violence Awareness Month, as far as healing as well and support to domestic violence, then come out. And how would they find you guys? I know they're probably obvious,
the
names.
best thing is to go to our website and our Facebook page.
Okay.
And, because we have several different departments and we're office in several different locations.
Okay.
And so with regard to helping with the outreach of becoming a volunteer, we have a volunteer portal that people can go to sign up to be a volunteer. And then you can just call 940-387-5131 and ask to be transferred to me, and I will help you or direct you to where you might be interested in being a part of us.
Okay, and what is the website name? It is
dcfof.org.
Okay, and that's going to be your acronym for Denton County Friends of the Family,
Right.
DCFOF. And that's going to be Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. So Denton County Friends of the Family.
Yes.
And a lot of people will know you guys as Friends of the Family, and they
Right.
immediately know that's what you guys are. So we have a lot of stuff that we just covered, and you have a lot going on. And when are you going to be performing again with the Gypsy Cats?
Hopefully they'll invite me to perform the third Wednesday in this month.
Yeah.
And I'm also with the band Across the Spectrum.
Yes, I saw that.
Yes, and we'll be performing at Creative Arts Studio the first Friday in December.
Nice.
And we're excited and hope everyone comes out because we have been in the studio to make an EP. And
Nice.
hopefully that'll be mastered and ready for distribution before Christmas so we can share it with our family and friends.
Nice. Well, definitely let me know when that's out so we can make sure it goes on the Facebook page for the Denton Vibe. I would love to support that. And you guys, if you really haven't had a chance to go out to a creative art studio over there with Robin on the other side of the square, I would highly recommend it because she has some quality performers there, and it's nice to go in and just sit on her couches,
Right.
and just sit there and chill and listen to music and hear someone sing, like Miss Songbird, Cassandra Berry.
Well, I guess before that we'll have, of course, Laura's Joy, and so I am so excited about our selection of songs.
Yes.
We have the original that's entitled Choose Joy, but I get to co-lead on Bridge Over Troubled Water, which is one of my favorite. And then there's a song titled One Voice by the Waylon Jennings that we'll be performing as well. So that'll be fun.
So I got to hear you, a couple of weeks ago? Yeah. So I got to videotape. I always put you guys out on Facebook, and I had so many people. Who was that? I'm like, that's Miss Songbird. That's Miss Cassandra Berry. You guys need to go check her out. So you can. Do you have a Facebook page as far as Cassandra Berry, or is it just
under Cassandra Berry?
Okay, you guys check her out because she's definitely worth checking out.
Well, thank you.
Are we gonna get a treat tonight?
What would you like to hear?
You know what? I'm going to leave it to you. Whatever you feel like singing, because I'm going to be happy anyway it goes.
I'll do what you said was one of your favorites.
Yay.
No Ordinary Love. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. And this is a cappella.
Yes.
Let me put that disclaimer out right now. Okay?
That's okay. We're good.
I gave you all the love I got. I gave you all that I could give. I gave you love. I gave you all that I had inside, and you took my love. You took my love. Didn't I tell you what I believe? Did somebody say that a love like ours won't last? Didn't I give you all that I've got to give, baby?
Yes. I'm like, sing it, girl. I love that song, and I love the way you sing it. Thank you so much for doing that for me.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that song when you do it. So I'm so glad I got to have you here in the studio tonight, and I cannot wait to hang out with you outside of the studio.
Yes, do it again soon, and let's do it over your fabulous salsa.
I know you shared your salsa at
Yes.
the event, and you were like, Ellie, my jar's there.
I know, and I was like, okay.
Hey, people don't know there's a little secret, a hidden secret here in Denton. Well, a lot of people are starting to know, but
Well, I'm trying to help them know.
I had some people going back and forth to that jar. I was like, ooh.
I know, and like I said, when I got home, my son was like, just looking. I thought, okay, he's gonna go on home, but he stayed in my kitchen until I offered him some, and so I had about this much that I was able to eat myself.
I'm gonna have to make you another jar.
Yes.
Yes, I will make you another jar because you did share that with everybody, and it was like this much left by the time you had any left. Oh my gosh, I'll make you some more. But thank you so much for coming on the show with us.
Sure.
I'm so
Thank
happy
you
to
for the
have
invite.
you. Yeah, and thank you for the awareness and sharing this and bringing the arts to your cause. And you know, that's, I always think it's amazing when you have, you know, healing through the arts. So I really hope that this is, you know, spreading like wildfire to get more people involved and whatnot. So
yeah, I'm excited about everything that we're doing, but especially the event on the 11th.
Yes, definitely.
Consider that my baby, and to be able to work with some wonderful people in the community who are volunteering their time and talents.
Yes.
And
it's really
gonna,
cool.
It's gonna be fun.
It's cool because it's a volunteer choir.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever want to do a volunteer choir for Christmas, let me know, because I've always wanted to do that here. Always wanted to do a Christmas choir, and I'm sure there's somebody here that has done it before, but let me know.
Well, it's too late to join the choir as it relates to performing on the 11th, but we will continue with the choir and having rehearsals.
nice.
So if anyone who's interested in being an instrumentalist or a vocalist,
There
we
you go.
welcome you.
There you go, guys.
Yeah,
Y'all want to get involved?
Yeah, in February, we're looking forward to
Yeah.
doing Audra Day's version of Rise Up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll be doing that.
There you go. So some people get the itch to do something and they don't want to do it solo. You want to do it in a group. This is the group to do it with.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for inviting everyone out.
Certainly.
And hopefully there's growth in that that choir as well. I know it'll be a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for joining us tonight here on the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie and Miss Cassandra Berry, Miss Songbird. And we will have her back. We will have her back soon. Thank you so much for being here. And you
Thank
guys
you.
tune in next week on the Denton Vibe with Diva Girl Ellie. See you next week.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.